channel where we talk mostly about cross stitch. Today is Saturday, February 19th, 2022, and besides talking about cross stitch, we occasionally get a cat visit. This is Chloe, in case you're brand new to the channel. She's a regular guest on my show. If you're brand new, I do hope you'll hit like and subscribe and come back for some whips and life and maybe the occasional finish. And if you're returning, thank you so much for coming back. I know you've got lots of choices out there for Flosstube, and I really appreciate you taking a little time to stop by my channel. All right, so let's get started. So if you've seen my title already, you might have guessed two things. One, I have a finish, and two, I'm a huge fan of the movie The Princess Bride, hence the inconceivable part. So yeah, let's show it off. I'm excited. All right, this one is from Heartstring Samplery. I just finished it this morning, and it is Coffee Drinker's Confession. Now, this was part of my whip go, and I had planned just to do the amount of time that I set up for it, but as I got into it, I'm like, I can get this finished. If I just push on a little bit, I can get this finished this month, and I did. So here we go. This is Heartstring Sampler Coffee Drinker's Confession on 18-count Fiddler's Cloth Aida. I did use a mix of the called for overdyes and the DMC conversion. But I am so happy with this. This is my first finish of 2022. Yay! And I'm very excited about it. I haven't decided how I'm going to fully finish it, FFO. But I have a feeling I will be looking at some videos from Pfeiffer, the Twisted Stitcher. Now, I know probably most everyone knows who she is, but just in case you don't, she is a YouTuber and on Instagram, Pfeiffer, and she goes by the Twisted Stitcher. And she posts all kinds of wonderful videos on finishing. So if you're looking to try something new, you want tips on how to do something, definitely check out her channel. She is fantastic. So again, because it's a finish, so I've got to show it twice. I'm super happy with this and how it came out, and I love the colors. And I love the modern saying to it. Traditional looking kind of sampler, but with modern verbiage. So this will probably be a very short video because mostly I focused on this, but I did work on two other pieces the last 2 weeks, and I have a little bit of haul. So let's put this over here for now. Now this one you're not really going to be able to see much yet. It's a Haid, Heaven and Earth Designs, and this is where I was at before. And I put in 500 stitches since you saw that. And so that's where I'm at now. Still doesn't look like much, does it? But this is what it's going to look like finished. This is, the artist is Lisa Parker, and I absolutely love her designs. She has a lot of cats, a lot of witch, and just really fascinating design. She has some owl designs I just love. So again, not much here yet, but it's getting there. The 500 stitches were all in Anchor Black. So it went fairly quickly, but yeah, it's gonna be a while before it's done. And the third project I worked on is Modern Folk Embroidery's 2021 Sal. And it's called Fruits of Plenty. And I showed this last time because I worked on this in my last video. I have that, yes, I do have it upside down. So that's the black and white printout of the full pattern. And it's was sent out last year in monthly segments. So one January, February, March, all through to December. January's is a little over 4,000 stitches. And I'm working on January right now. And for people that are working on it in 2022, there is a new sal from Chris Cross Stitch called Still Fresh Fruit Sal. I love the name of that. I think it's terrific. So this is where I was at before. You can see I was just starting on the basket. And this is where I'm at now. So it is coming along. I'm still on January, but I'm hoping I'll get caught up on it. I am using two DMC colors, 825 and 3839. And I am doing this on 28 count China Pearl Jobelin over 1. I'm in love with the colors. They're just beautiful. So that was quick, wasn't it? That's the 3 projects that I've worked on the last 2 weeks. And that Heartstring Samplery, once I got it in my head that, hey, I can get a finish on this, I was all about it. And like I said, just put the last final stitches in it this morning. So, next up is my 1,000 subscribers or under. Normally every 2 weeks, I give a shout out to somebody that is a fellow under 1,000 subscribers on their YouTube channel. And this week, it goes out to Needleberry Stitcher. Needleberry Stitcher? Yes. I'll correct that if I said it below. If I said it wrong, I'll put it right here. But I believe it's Needleberry Stitcher. She is, I love her channel. She has got this one Mirabilia that just really blows my mind. It's the Roses of Provence Mirabilia. And her work on it is just gorgeous. She's also doing Birds and Blooms by Amy Stewart and a few other designs. And just, it's a very fun to watch channel. Go check it out. I will link her below. And so that's my shout out to an under 1,000 subscriber like me. 1,000 subscribers is like the sweet spot on YouTube, because then you have the it gives you more options of things that you can do once you hit 1,000 subscribers. So go on over and check her out, and I hope you'll hit like and subscribe for her videos and her channel. And let's see, little bit of a life update. Last week I shared, or 2 weeks ago, my last video, I shared that I've been watching Chris Cross Stitch. And in his last video, he said something that he had heard from another Flosstuber named So Me Sarah, S-E-W, So Me Sarah. And it really struck home so much that I went back and listened to Chris talk about it again. So he got 2 watches for me on his channel that for this past episode. But it was just along the lines of, and it's something we all know, but sometimes you need to hear, is that if your hobby is causing you stress, your stress-reducing hobby is causing you stress, like cross stitch is my joy, and so is knitting and weaving. And if it's starting to cause you stress, then something's wrong. And to take a look at that and why it's causing you stress. And that was something I kind of needed to hear. And it's helped me with figuring out like what aspects of cross stitch lately has caused me a little bit of stress. And it was getting my mind too wrapped up in doing challenges, while I do love counting my stitches, I find it interesting to see how I do each month. Getting involved in too many challenges does cause me stress, and it's not supposed to. Cross stitch is supposed to bring me joy, and it normally does bring me joy. So I'm still going to do some challenges. I'm just taking a little deep breath and a little step back from some things, and heavy focus on being in challenges, talking about, and groups that, you know, constantly talk about challenges and things like that. But getting back to just the joy of stitching, and still challenging myself to, you know, up my stitch count and see if I can finish it. And like with this Heartstring Samplery one, I was able to push myself and utilize the challenges to help push myself to a finish. But, and if it works for you, where challenges are like everything, then fantastic, great for you. I was just finding that you can go overboard with challenges, and I did. I definitely did. And I just want to focus on the love that I have for it. I'm thoroughly enjoying No New Starts. It's a terrific group, and the game that they're having right now, the No New Starts road trip, is a lot of fun. And you don't have to stitch on anything in particular. You're not limited. You just have to stitch. That's it. Just stitch. It doesn't have to have a house on it. It doesn't have to have red in it. It doesn't have to have a particular word in it. You just stitch. Easy peasy, which I love to stitch anyway. So, but it's a very fun group, and very fun group of people. And I'm really enjoying that. There's a couple of games that I'm doing as well that are just stitch as well. They're not focused on any one particular thing. It's just stitch. So I think that's more my jam of challenges, is, you know, go for stitch counts, but you don't have to do any certain particular fitted into a, you know, any kind of a specific box. And it's another reason why with WIPCO I did like categories. Instead of saying, you know, I have to stitch on this pattern at this time, I stitch on a certain category at a time. Which this was Heartstring, again, was part of my WIPCO challenge, was to stitch on any of my Heartstring Samplery patterns, because I do have a few. So when I pulled this out, it's like, oh, I can finish this up and it'll meet my WIPCO goal. So that was a lot of fun. And my second category that I had for WIPCO in February was to stitch on a Quaker themed pattern. And I have a few different of those, so I can choose whichever Quaker I feel like working on. So if you're not in WIPCO, it's not too late to check it out. That's a Facebook group run by Jessie Marie Styles. And she's Jessie Marie Does Stuff here on YouTube, and she's wonderful. I just adore her. She's so sweet. So I guess that's my little bit of a life update, was just more of a cross stitch update and, you know, what my plans are. So I'm still going to keep up with No New Starts, because I love seeing progress in what I already have, because I've already got so much. And speaking of having so much, now that I finished that one pattern, in No New Starts, I'm doing the Work Your Whips version. I can start another piece that's approximately the same size as the one that I finished if I want to. So I've left it now that it's to be determined in that space, so I can if I want to. I haven't firmly decided if I'm going to start something new for that spot, I am leaning towards something, but I haven't completely decided yet, and I'll show you because that's going to be in a haul picture. But I'm leaning towards that, and I also get another start with Work Your Whips. So I have 2 starts right now that I haven't started yet. I should probably take my temperature because I don't know if I'm well or not. I've got 2 new starts and I haven't started anything. What's wrong with me? Who is this person? So if I'm rambling, I apologize. We're going to stop now because I'm going to go to what my haul is. My haul, I got 2 new pieces. And they're going to be pictures because I am printerless at the moment. The first is from Modern Folk Embroidery, and it's called Isabella's Heart. And oh my goodness, is it gorgeous? Take a look at that. The colors in that are fantastic. Oh, I can't wait to stitch it. Now this one calls for Leo and Roxy floss, but I am going to be doing a conversion. I'm not sure. It might be a combination of overdyed and DMC. We'll find out. It may just be DMC as well, but I am going to be converting that to my own colors. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. I love this pattern. And my second one is one that I'm leaning towards to replace the Heartstring Samplery I just finished. And it is by Sapphire Mountain Handcrafts for the Stitching Book Club. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Let me need a little drink here. There we go. Sapphire Mountain Handcrafts, and it's Little Women, which is one of my favorite books right here. Now this does fit in the same size category that my one that I finished was in. So it's definitely a possibility that it'll go in that spot where I had that other piece. I'm really leaning towards it. And I mentioned in my last video that I was waiting on a pattern and some fabric, some special fabric for a very large piece that's going to be my new start and my main new start. And I'm still waiting on it. I haven't received it yet. I think it's mainly the fabric that's holding it up. But I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be my first Mirabilia. And hopefully I can show that to you in the next video. Now, I did have one more haul, but I'm not going to show it right now because I have to assemble it. So I may show it I'll either show it in my next Flosstube or maybe I'll do a Flosstube extra because it's really kind of special. But I need to put it together first before I can show it to you. So that's all I've got for now. Thank you so much for joining me. And I hope to see you again in 2 weeks. Take care, everybody. Take care of yourselves and take care of each other. And as Stitchman Darcy says, Chris it up. Stay positive. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you in 2 weeks. Bye, everybody.